Hey everyone, I'm Itai. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dynamic.xyz. We're an all-in-one user management platform for Web3 companies. We're backed by Circle Ventures. And today what I want to show you is a really cool demo of what Dynamic does. And the best way to do it is actually to start by walking you through setting up Dynamic from the very basic use case all the way to the very advanced one. And we'll go through kind of writing some code all the way to some really cool advanced features. Now the way to think about Dynamic is really two parts. The end user SDK, so what you show your users, and the tools that you as a developer get that let you do a bunch of really cool things on the back end. So let's start. So at the very basic level, Dynamic comes with a really cool connect your wallet button. This is all the code you need to set it up, so very, very basic. And if you click that, you get a really nice multi-chain wallet login adapter. So anywhere from MetaMask to Coinbase Wallet to Phantom on Solana, Solflare, and so on. So it's pretty cool. Now, that's at the very basic level. And if I connect and authenticate, we will handle all the sign in with Ethereum messages for you. We will handle kind of the JWT, and you kind of get a really nice login flow. You can switch chains, you can manage users, and so on. But that's at the very, very basic level. So let's get started with some cooler stuff. So let's start by actually saying, you know what, I don't really need to authenticate my user. I just need them to connect. So if I kind of save that and refresh, Dynamic changes from an authentication provider to just a very, very basic connection provider. So if I now connect MetaMask, it will just work. So you can toggle between connect and authenticate depending on your use case. Now let's disconnect that and actually remove authentication method and do something different. We'll say, you know what, once I log in or my end user logs in, I actually want to let them connect a second wallet and a third wallet to the same account. So I'll set up multi-wallet and I'll again refresh. And at that point, once Dynamic logs me in, I'll be able to start connecting that second wallet. So the Dynamic user profile that you saw below or before turns from this to a full user profile that lets you link additional wallets. So you can start doing really fancy things on connecting multiple identities into the same one. So connecting an email address, multiple wallets, and so on. Let's continue. So we saw that, and now we have a list of multiple wallets. Let's actually say, you know what, we don't want that list of all wallets, we actually just want a subset. So what we'll do is we'll say wallet filter, and we'll say filter and sort wallets. And at that point, we'll kind of say, you know what, I only want really MetaMask, I want Zengo, I want Coinbase Wallet, and I want Wallet Connect. And Dynamic will automatically kind of update. So you have this full control, not just of the functionality, but also of the design. Now we saw the very basic stuff. Let's switch for a second to the more cool, complex stuff that you can do on your developer dashboard. So we moved from kind of what you can do on code to an actual developer dashboard. And this is the Dynamic developer dashboard. You as a developer get this when you sign up, and you can do a bunch of really cool things. So the first one is you get access to really cool user analytics. You can see who logged into your system, how they used it, which wallets they used, and so on. You can take a look at things like user profile, or user management, what wallets they use, kind of how they link their different wallets. It's a full service user authentication and management tool. Now let's get to the fancy stuff. So we'll focus for the rest of this on the design tab and configurations tab. So Dynamic lets you customize everything. You can change the look and feel of this and pretty much control circles, colors, themes, and so on. So in this case, I actually want to change to a dark theme. I'll change to a subtle type, and I'll actually make it into a matrix theme. And in a click, I can actually change the entire look and feel of my site. I can also create things like the Trinity theme and make it look this way, or a minimal theme. So I have full control of the look and feel of Dynamic. Let's, for the sake of argument, keep it within default dark mode, and I'll save that. Now the cool thing is, as soon as I saved it, if I go back to Dynamic and refresh, the entire module changes. So now it turns into dark mode automatically, right? And it now is in dark mode. Now let me remove filtering wallets. We'll come back to this later, and we'll come back to the developer dashboard. So this is really the key part of Dynamic. It's the ability for you to start toggling on really cool things. So you can say, you know what, I actually want these EVM chains. I want Polygon as well, and I want BNB Smart Chain. And I just toggle them on, and we will take care of the rest. And I also want flow wallets. So let me turn those on and kind of save. And at that point, if I go back and refresh, Dynamic handles all of that for me. So really quickly, I'm able to add kind of block to wallet on Flow, or Dapper wallet within a single click. And if I log in, I now am able to see these additional chains within my dropdown very, very quickly. Now let's continue. So we saw this basic stuff. You can link additional wallets. Let's look at the fancy stuff. So let's say we actually want to capture information from our users. We want to be able to ask every one of our users that logs in for the first time. We want to ask them for their first name. We want to ask them for their alias. And we want to ask them for a phone number and an email address. And we can make it optional. Let's make phone number mandatory. Let's make email optional and first name optional and apply that. And at that point, as soon as I go back and refresh, Dynamic does this really cool thing. Once I set up and sign with my wallet, Dynamic turns from just an authentication tool into kind of an onboarding tool and start being able to capture the information very, very quickly by my user. So I can start building more enriched profiles within a few clicks. Now let's log back out and do one more or two more cool things. The first one is access lists. So I can now say, you know what? I don't want everyone to log in. I just want a subset of folks to be able to log in. So I'll spin up a beta access list, I'll make it empty, and I'll log back out. And now if I log back out and refresh, Dynamic changes control and becomes from an authentication tool to an authorization tool. So now if I connect and log in, Dynamic will check whether that user is within the list, and in this case, block it because it's not in the list, right? So there's full flexibility within the module to do really fancy things. And I want to show two more things. The first one is I want to show sign up with email. So a lot of our users have wallets, but not all of them. Right? And so Dynamic lets you really quickly morph its SDK to enable email sign up. So in this case, I'll click sign up with email, I'll toggle it on, I'll optimize it still for Web3 users so that wallets show up first, and I'll save. Once I do that, and again refresh, Dynamic's module fully adapts to have email login, not just wallet login. So I now added this full email login functionality, and we will take care of email verification, linking it to wallets, and so on. Now you can take it a step further and say, let me generate a wallet for someone in the background, and you can do that with Magic or with Web3 Auth within a single click, which is pretty awesome. Now, bringing all of this together, I want to show the one last thing, which is once I connect my MetaMask, and once I capture that information, let me actually turn on my access list, turn off my access list. Once I do all that stuff, Dynamic provides one more thing, which is fully combined user profile. So you can actually connect a wallet, connect email addresses, and have this full user interface that lets them, let's enter an email, phone number, and confirm that. And at that point, you get this full user interface of a profile and a wallet all combined. So this is just a short snippet of all the things you can do with Dynamic. You can do a lot more on the dashboard. I'm not going to get into all of that today, but check us out. We're at dynamic.xyz. We're very proud to be a Circle Ventures company, and we're excited for everyone to check us out. So thank you.